Hello and welcome to another We Uplift moment. And we're back talking with Vincenzo from the Now Technique. If you've been lucky, you've already heard about round one and the origins and the idea of a recipe. So I've asked Vincenzo if he could share a little bit more about this amazing technique with us. Vincenzo, it's so great to talk with you again. I'm wondering, just to jump right in, the recipe is cooking, we have our story. And we've done round one with all the elements. I remember we thought about our emotions, our thoughts, what we're feeling, what we're remembering. And you mentioned we don't have to process it. And then we
Yes,
go to round two.
right. As I said before, we
Mm-hmm.
approach a story like we would approach a dish,
Mm-hmm.
and we kind of tune into the dish to really discover what's in that particular dish.
Right.
And the things we pay attention in the first part of the process of the work
Mm-hmm.
or of the inquiry is we pay attention to the way our breath is behaving in that particular moment. We pay attention to the physical sensations, to the feelings, to the images, to the thoughts. And this makes us aware of the fact that there is something that happens in all our being every time that we repeat that particular story.
Right. Yeah. We love our stories, don't we?
We do, we do. And this first round might be enough to already kind of let emerge from our observation a pattern which links together several uh, memories and behavioral situations in which we find ourselves just kind of locking in ourselves in that particular program.
Mm-hmm.
If this happens after our first round, we immediately jump into the next phase of our work, which is asking the person to recognize the pattern. We ask the person to pay attention to how that pattern has been playing itself out in his or her life. And we ask him just to let from the memory emerge all the instances in which the pattern has been playing itself out.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say that there is a pattern of insecurity,
Yeah.
and we ask the person to become aware, to let images and memories and thoughts gather into the present moment and tell us in how many situations that particular pattern of insecurity has expressed itself.
Oh.
And the person start to say, oh yes, I see how it has expressed itself at school. I see how it has expressed itself with a girlfriend. I see how it has expressed itself at work. And I see how it expresses itself whenever I am in a situation in which I
Yeah.
am faced with the change.
Mm-hmm.
So we ask the next question, which is, and what does it say about you, that particular pattern? This usually stirs up all the self-judgments and the beliefs that we have of ourselves. And
Yeah.
that question, what does it say about you? What does it mean to you? Usually comes up with, it means that I'm really not good, that I can't make it, that I am never going to be able to figure it out. Things which are pretty heavy to carry and to chew upon every time has a side dish to the story.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't realize that every time that we repeat our story, we are activating all those side uh, beliefs, judgments, reactions, suppressions, suffocation of feelings, everything that comes with the story. This
Vincenzo,
leads us.
since you always talk about dishes, and I'm sorry for interrupting, but when you were just talking with the side dishes, I was thinking about a buffet. where we've
Buffet.
got.
Right,
Is
right,
that
right.
sort of how it goes? We pick all the different feelings. Mm-hmm.
Exactly, exactly. That's a beautiful metaphor. We pick everything from the buffet
Mm-hmm.
that fits with our need
Mm-hmm.
to keep alive our stories.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have stories of failure, of mistrust, of separation, of loneliness,
Right.
we pick from life all the ingredients and we put them together so that they confirm our
Mm-hmm.
stories, that they reinforce and validate our stories and all the beliefs that we have attached to it, which
Right.
validate that particular perception of
Mm-hmm.
life. Once we have that meaning clear, once we have that meaning clear, we have heard it, we have
Mm-hmm.
listened to it, we have really discovered it, then we come to a beautiful shift. We ask, now that you have heard that you have seen what you have kept alive and you've seen what you have believed that has hurt you so much, what is it that you feel or you know in your heart or in your soul about this? And that is an illuminating moment because the person comes up with a different voice. A voice
Yeah.
that says, it's true, I've been attached to all of this. But in reality, now that I see it, I don't really need to continue perpetuating it.
Wow.
So the healing comes from the discovering of what is hurting us
Mm-hmm.
and the discovering of the voice which underneath always trying to come to the surface that
Right.
becomes the medicine for that particular pattern.
Wow. Just listening to you, Vincenzo, I mean, that question, especially at the end, seems enormously powerful. And as you just said, it's so illuminating. There's so much more you could talk about. And I know that you have a website and you have a Facebook site where you're also always available, of course. I believe your web page on Facebook is just called Now. Is that correct?
Now, all
Okay.
capital letters.
Yeah. So we're running out of time as always when we're just getting to the really good stuff. But Vincenzo, I hope many people will visit you on your Facebook page because I know I'm on there and you share a lot of really important aspects. And just what you shared with us now about the Now technique was really illuminating. And I just hope we're going to have a chance to talk again. So, Vincenzo and Sicily, for right now, just thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Natalie. Thank you.